Did you know your last name at that point or no? Or son?
Nah,
He just call
nah,
you son.
yeah, son. He called me son. I was his
Yeah,
son. I replied,
yeah,
yes, dad.
yeah. My bad, fam. Can't lie, my laptop was shaking me up, fam.
Yeah, technical difficulty,
You don't
exactly.
know, because the thing is, yeah, I wouldn't even go into details, but I connect my laptop to like a monitor and like all of this stuff in it. But
Yeah,
the problem is, yeah, if I connect the charger, it was 1%, and I tried to disconnect the charger to plug the thing in, and it died, bro. And I said, "Bro,
yeah.
you're
Nah,
you're working, so I had to wait, but it's calm. I'm
nah,
here now. What you saying, though?
nah. So no, we're good. We're good. We're good. You know what, people? Just because of that, we'll give you an extra episode tomorrow. So
Simple, nah, yeah, that's calm.
all 34 of you that are choosing to listen
Simple,
in, choosing to.
simple.
I actually did deep at that. 34 people. That's a lot of people, John. You know,
Now, word.
that's a class of school kids.
It's a
Yeah,
class, fam. Bro,
imagine,
fam, the thing
imagine.
is, I actually had one guy, yeah, one guy
Mm.
that used to work in time ago. He just messaged me. He was like, "Oh, Rose, I saw your YouTube. Shout out." I was like,
Yeah.
"Swear." Yeah,
Wow.
I swear. No, word. So it's growing, fam. It's growing.
That's cool. Well, if you're listening now, shout out to you. Do you know what his name is? What's his name?
Man at AJ, fam.
I'm not AJ. Well, tune in. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
No,
But
word.
yeah, no, word. I was deep in it. So I was like, 34 people. That's a lot of school kids. Imagine I get 34 school children to listen to you at one time in one class. That's some teachers' dream.
That's public speaking, fam.
That's public speaking. That's some teachers'
Public speaking.
dream. Some teachers go home every night and think, how am I going to get all of them to pay attention
No,
to?
word.
And we're doing it somehow. So fair enough, fair enough.
No,
But
word.
yeah. Speaking of school, I what's it? The other day I was having a long day, John. I was like, you know what? But sometimes I think having a younger sibling makes life, that little bit. It takes the edge out of everything that happens because I've
No,
got
word.
from the gym and I had my own thoughts in my head, and then my brother was getting told off by my mum, and I was like,
Well,
what?
younger brother, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So context, he's only 12. So I was like, what happened? What happened? And she was like, oh, he's even though she was saying it, I was like, you're so soft. Like the way she was going about it, I was just like, she was saying, oh, he's not paying attention in school. He's got like an extra lesson after school on like a Tuesday, I think it is. And he's saying the tutor was saying he's not patterning the homework, or he gives them like the answers so he can check his own work, but basically he's just copying down the answers. And it took me back to that time in life, yeah, where do you remember, I've been there, John. Like, do you remember like I was there when I was with him, and I was like, you know what, yeah, if I was you back at your age, I would have dreamed to have an older sibling to tell me the things that I should have been told at the time. Because obviously, when you're younger and
Right.
you get told certain things by your parents, it's just like you're just trying to ruin my day. Do you know what I mean? That's the mindset you have when you're younger. But when I was chatting to him, like when I chat to him now, I always say to him like, bro, come on, I've been where you are before. All right, it seems long that someone's turning you off, but they're doing it for your best interest. I was like, when you go to that extra lesson, that is your opportunity to take the time which you don't get in school and give it all solely to one person who can literally answer whatever you want. And he was looking at me, he's like, yeah, cool, cool. And I was like, I said to him, it's not about the answer. It's all about the working out. Which,
Simple.
which to be fair, when they said it to me in school, I was like, shut up, man. But
No, word.
looking back at it, John, they were so right. You
Which is
would,
even nuts.
Nah, the working out was the key. Like especially for maths, I don't know about you, but for me, for maths was not
Fam,
my
for
bag.
me, I can't lie, maths, and it's even nuts because we went to maths school, but maths for me, fam, that subject there is one of those subjects. I was even saying this to A in it. I was
Mm.
saying maths was the type of subject, yeah, that made me feel like I was dumb, fam.
100%.
Do you get it? Like it makes because I think the big thing about maths, yeah, is that there's actually a right or wrong answer. And
Yeah,
the peak thing
nah,
is, we were actually surrounded by smart dons. Like
very.
these times when you're sitting next to Adam, and Adam, yeah, Adam, when you sit next to Adam, Spence, and Thaps, bro, and these dons just understand it. And then you say, you know what? I remember I used to ask this Adam, like, sorry, how? And he'd be like, no, basically it's simple. So if
Yeah,
it's one over three, that's obviously a minus three over one. Do you get it? Do you get it? They say, well, that's obviously minus three over one. So you just take that and then you just put it on the other side. And then
you know how
obviously it's gonna be
demoralizing
six. You know what I'm saying? So obviously it's gonna be six.
that subject, John, was so demoralizing. Like
That word.
because it was one of those subjects when you're getting everything right. you're on top of the world. When you're getting things wrong, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't
No,
matter
it doesn't.
how many times you tell me, how many times you show me the formula, it just doesn't make sense.
It don't work.
So it was one of the subjects for me. I knew from the get go, this is not for me. I knew what's it English. There's levels to it. There's not really a right or wrong.
No, no.
It's
100. You
it's
just
just
have to be able to, yeah, just talk your way
yeah.
through it. 100.
So for me, that one I was like, that's more my subject. But I remember for GCSE, John, I gave it my all. To math,
Maths. Swear.
I gave it my all, John. I literally remember there was I had this tutor. I think I even told you I had this tutor. I had a tutor. And his name was Yusuf, and Yusuf, he was where was he from? I believe he was from. I want to say Nigeria. I think it was. Yeah.
I think so, because I think you told me this.
Yes.
One
And
fresh year or something like that, innit?
yeah. And do you know what made him a good shooter? Because he had he struck the fear of God in me. Like genuinely, like
Swear.
John. There's sometimes when I was like doing the work, I honestly thought if I get this wrong, you might beat me.
Swear. Like, you even
But
want to vent. First of all, how did you man even find it, bro?
oh, so the thing is, beforehand I went to this tutor, and it was in like Masonry. There's like a communal tutors, and these
Right.
communal tutors. Do you know, over those times I was in there, me and my brother spoke about it recently, and we were saying how jokes it was because they were. It was basically these lot just wanted bread. They're sort of
Simple, simple,
to
simple.
to this day they closed down because the weather used to be is by Masonry Station, so they closed down now. They're not there anymore. But yeah,
Swear.
they're gone. When I think someone must have complained and said this is not adding up because the things you
Nah,
were
word.
teaching you, the syllabus. I remember there was a point where I told them what my examples were. I was learning a completely different example. Like those times where I was like, I had this science teacher and John, he was on his last legs, and I was thinking, you know what, yeah, what you're telling me, I don't even know what's right, but I know that is not right.
100. Yeah, sometimes I don't even know the right answer, but that's not correct either, bro.
I know that's not the right one. So I went to that, and I remember I wasn't even didn't even stay there that long. And then what happened? I think it was I want to say back in 20. I think it was like a year later. My parents took
Mm,
me out of that one,
mm.
and then they were like, "Cool, we need to find you a proper tutor."
This is Saturday thing.
Yeah. I was taking up my Saturdays, man. I mean, I said I wasn't doing anything else anyway,
That word.
yes, they said they found this tutor, and I was like, cool. And then he turned up one day, and I knew from the get go this guy knew what he was doing. Like
Right.
there was a question I wasn't understanding, and I think it's always that fear when you're younger. You don't want to seem like an idiot. Do you know what I
That
mean?
word.
So
That word.
finding that tutor that can make you feel like anything you ask them is actually okay. It was like okay, cool. So I remember there was a time I asked him this question, and he had his own weird, full way of doing it. But
My
man,
dad's like that. My dad's like that.
it banged every time. He said sometimes he had the formula book, he threw it out. He said, "Yeah, no, don't worry about that. Listen to what I'm telling you, basically." So I was like, "Cool." So I had him for I think it was a year and a half, and he got to the point where we were boys. Like I was
Swear.
excited to do the homework, John. I was like, "Yeah, cool," because he installed like a reward system. Like obviously, there wasn't really any reward. I think it was just not being like having that fear of like I'm going to get told off was like
100.
that was like gratifying for me to say it
Which is
like,
similar to having a PT. Now you
nah,
say that. It's similar.
real for
Yeah, it's
real.
similar.
We'll get onto the PT thing, but yeah. Now, so having him was like, okay, cool. He's the happiness he has and marking my work and seeing that it's correct is like reward for me. So in the end, luckily because we were in that transition period of GCSE where they were like transitioning it. So the grade boundaries, bless me.
Sean, the grey brownies blessed me so nicely, bro.
But on
What did you get
paper,
in the end? Do you remember?
I ended up getting imagine I got a 7.
Because I got 8, bro.
Yeah, no, Judd.
Which is when you say when
I,
I say that's so nuts.
scraped a 7. Scraped. I think I was literally like 2 marks over. And I remember I took a picture of it and I sent it to him. And he was like, oh, I can't remember, it was like, some message like, well done. Sent like a voice message and everything. And then,
I can imagine this. I'm so proud, Sean.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm just so proud.
I was proud. I've done so
Yeah.
well. And I was like,
Yeah.
cool. And then I remember it came to A level choices now. And they were trying to tell me, oh, sure, mate. Do you reckon you want to give a? I seen you got a 7. Do you want to give maths a try? A level? I was like, you do not know what I gave. That's not for me.
It was leaving an option, bro.
Don't ask
Same
me
for
to
me.
I was like, no, word. So But
So
yeah,
you
no,
see my thing, yeah. Oh, it was even nuts because I was put into first set, bro, top set, and
yeah.
I don't know what we used to do, but I was bringing the class's average down, bro. Like I was like strong, the worst in the class, like strong. Did you get it? Like I was bringing it down. I think it was me, and maybe if I'm not moving man, it might have been Cullen. Like us two, we were the
Yeah.
ones that's like, yeah, I'm sorry, like I'm so sorry, I'm letting you guys down in it. So because I was in first set though, I had to do further maths as well. Can you imagine?
There's maths. Nah, the
Further
concept
maths.
of further maths, John, like just didn't make sense to me. There's maths already,
Allow it,
which
bro.
I'm struggling with. Now you want me to go further?
I said, allow it, bro. I
I
said,
don't even
allow it.
understand where I'm at
And the
now.
peakest thing is a short. I think the peakest thing about being top set, Sean, is that the people around you actually understand it, innit?
Nah,
Like
yeah,
it's not even that. It's not even that I don't understand. I understand that other people don't understand. It's like other dons. They don't. The other dons don't understand. And you know what the peakest trap is? Yeah. The peakest thing is obviously I'm sitting out with like Thaps and Adam and Spence, and these dons are just the naturally smart dons, innit? So you'll
yeah,
be messing around on that, yeah, and they'll be like, ah, you know, I didn't even get it, I didn't even get it, I didn't revise. Did you revise? I think Thaps was the worst for this. They said, nah, did you revise? Nah, I didn't revise, I didn't revise. And you know, you get out the exam and they say, oh, I did dead. I'm not gonna lie, I did dead. And I'm like, say no more, because I did dead as well, innit? So here come the results now, innit? Here come the results now. Obviously, everyone did dead, so it's not a thing like that. But obviously, you now come and see these ones. These ones are banging A's, A stars, what, 90%? I'm on the 42, 36 thing, 28%. Like I actually did that, and these man checked it. So same story, bro. As soon as I finished the GCSE thing, oh, I was out, bro. I didn't
yeah.
even think twice about it.
These lot stand by their alibi. They say, "Nah, man, I didn't revise it. I didn't
Nah,
revise."
Thaps was the worst for that, bro. Thaps and Adam, but Adam, I knew that guy's just. But Thaps actually persuaded me sometimes that this guy, he actually persuaded me. Nah, it's calm, innit? He didn't panic. I didn't revise. I didn't revise.
Nah,
Nah, they're the
he was
worst, bro. They're the
backing
worst.
work behind the scenes.
But you know what they say though? They say that even, and you probably had a little bit of a taste of this. They say that if you have like maths, anyone that has the right teacher will actually like maths. That's what they say in it. You probably had a
100%,
little taste of it. They said that if you
100%.
have, I reckon, if we went back now and we were using like YouTube tutors, like if I think the thing is, if you actually want to learn it, I think I think now, let's say we had to do some sort of maths to work out how to do a podcast, whatever it is, yeah,
Yeah,
we'd pattern it, we pattern it. Do you
hundred
get it?
percent,
Yeah, yeah,
hundred
we pattern
percent, and that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes down to it, like it's is it really worth you learning something? Do you get what I'm saying? Like if it's not, I feel like with anything, like for example with this, I've had to, John, I spent time learning how to like edit this, how to do this, how to do that.
it.
You could not have told me back in, John, when I say ICT, IT, computing,
It's not
the
gonna take you long.
the the thought of going to that lesson actually was just like so demoralizing
It's
because
even nuts, you know.
the thing is that we have like coursework, John. I didn't even start it by the end of the term. I remember I would waffle. I'd be like, yes, sir. Basically, my computer crashed. My work is
Yeah.
gone. And I remember there was one time, John. There was one time I got caught out nicely. I think I said to him, "Oh, sir." I was like, sir, my computer crashed. My work, I can't find it." He was like, "Oh, that's fine. We can just recover the lost files." So
Then he thought.
he pulled up that file so quick.
Then
And
he said,
he
"Wait,
looked at it.
what?" Then he
He
said,
looked at it.
"Sorry."
He pulled up, and I was like, "Oh, sir, I don't think that's my one." I had way more work on there when I saved it. I don't think that's my one, sir.
Nah, I just,
I don't think that's mine. Nah,
okay, let me just add your IP address. They said, let me just add your IP address and your, sorry, what was your device name? Okay, let me just,
nah, the
there.
amount of times I tried that, I remember that. I think you must remember this one. There was a time in English where
Uh,
what was her name? It was a female teacher. She was tall. You know what I'm on
what
about?
skin color?
She was white.
Oh, that one, the one
So,
that, yeah,
Miss
no, it is.
Colbert. I want to say Colbert.
I can't even remember now, bro.
If I got that right, that's a madness. But I think her
No
name was
worries.
like Mrs. Colbert or something like that. Safe lady. But I remember at the start, me and her were not gelling at all. I remember there was a time where she was like collecting in homeworks. At this point, there was there where like I genuinely forgot my homework. Like, it's not even like it wasn't even the fact that I forgot to bring it. I genuinely even forgot to do it. Like John said, like you just have
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I misses. If I knew that I had it, I would have done it.
I
And,
definitely would have done it.
and coincidentally, just before, like I remember I was standing outside the class. I think I was chatting to someone. They were like, "Oh, have you done the homework?" I was like, "What homework?" Like
Simple.
I was confused. I was like, "Nah, that wasn't homework. That wasn't homework." And he's like, "Everyone got your homework." And coincidentally, this day, everyone done their
That's
homework.
right, including me, including me.
John, you done it. Everyone done it. I remember. I've never felt so alone. I felt
Yeah.
isolated. I was like, you lot are all snakes. And I remember, I'll say, it's coming around now. I'm desperate at this point because I look like a fool. The fact that I'm the only one. So I ended up like putting out, I went in my bag, John, a random piece of paper.
Yeah, yeah,
And I dashed it to her. And I kept my head down. And she looked at it. She was like,
yeah.
she looked at it. I was like, sure. I was like, that's not the right homework. I was like, yeah, missing the no. And it's, I must be like, Jen, my bag was empty, Jen. I was,
Then he was
Jen,
wrestling the bag, bro.
I was like this. I was looking. I remember. I was like, um,
It's
I
just
miss. I just need to keep looking at it. Do you remember there was that time? What's it? Who was it? I think it must have been must have been Sam or Jerry, and one of them was like looking for their bag for time.
tight.
It was like, he was like,
Aye.
"Hey, bro, it's done. That. It's done. It's done. It's done. You don't
Yeah,
know."
it's done. It's
You
done.
don't know. Nah, that's the thing. I feel like if I was to be a school teacher, the way I'd laugh, John, at some of these kids because
No, what?
when you're that age, you really think in your head, I've locked it down. Like I know how this game works. Do you get what I'm saying? But in reality, you don't.
Trust me,
You
you just
don't.
unlocked some memories that I completely forgot about, bro. I
Nah,
never thought about that
these
in
are
years.
these are
But like
so.
school, jeez.
You know, yeah. School is like someone needs to write. I want someone needs to write a book about it. I'm tempted to write a book, like a genuine book, like
Oh,
chapter
school.
one, and give it to a school kid now and tell them just read this and it will all make
You know what's
sense.
nuts though? So your little brother's he's 12, yeah. He's in year 8, innit? Or year 9, year
Seven,
8.
seven.
Oh, he's in year 7 still. Oh,
Mm,
that's even nuts. Because year
mm.
7, usually, you're on it. Year 8 is the year whereby you clock, hang on 1 second. This isn't even a thing like that.
Yeah, no. Year seven, you're doing homework on time. You're doing it the day it's set.
Fam, date set,
I
fam.
think year nine is the point where you realise I don't give a toss. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What am I doing all this for? Because year nine's that period where it's like, oh, you haven't started your GCSEs yet, but you're at the end of what's it? Key stage
4,
three,
whatever it is, yeah.
whatever it is. Yeah. So, but these kids, I know the work is getting harder and harder. So I think they might actually have to be on it now. To be fair, because I'm deep
You
in.
think that, but I think the problem is that now. Oh, I was even thinking about this the other day. Like, Don's like Mr. Morris. Do you reckon he still has that presence in the math school? Do you think now kids are just like, bro, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing
Yeah,
that?
no, I were to so context. We had like this teacher called. He was deputy head, wasn't he?
Yeah, fam.
He was deputy head, but he essentially was head teacher. He
Fam.
ran the day to days. He was like what's it, director of the company, and what's it, Hodges, the actual head
So
teacher.
in it, bro.
He was
Funny
just
enough,
like,
there was even
yeah, hold
someone
on,
else, man, Holden, fam. Do you remember?
man, hold it.
But he was never there, bro.
Yeah, he was like he's a shareholder. He's just a
Yeah,
shareholder.
literally,
Yeah,
literally,
he
literally.
doesn't give a toss. How the day to day runnings of the firm, he doesn't care. He doesn't
Yeah,
care.
he doesn't care. Just turns up
But
once a quarter, bro. Once a quarter.
yeah, once a
Once a year.
quarter, he turns up.
Once a year. Does
Whoa,
a
doctor.
speech. But
Yeah,
his presence wasn't even scary at all. I'm
nah, he
actually
was a
surprised
safe.
by Don, bro.
You
He
could
was
spot
easy.
him. You could spot him.
Yeah,
What you could.
he's 100. But 100. He wasn't. Yeah.
But Morris, yeah, he was like the teacher that was like, yeah, I'm here, sort of thing. And I remember there was one time that I'll never forget. I'll quickly say it quick, but it was before school. I didn't know who this guy was at this point. So I'm opposite the road now. There's a girl school across the road from ours. Year seven now. Me and my, I can't remember, I think it was me and Samir. We were just standing outside waiting for these two girls to turn up. I'm like, no, wait, they're coming, they're coming. Buses come, go. I'm not deep in what's going on. He stood across the road outside the gate where like kids coming in. Cool. So now I'm like, cool. We're waiting there. 10 minutes go. 20 minutes go. 30 minutes go. John should be in class by now.
Nah,
And
100.
at this point, we waited all of that time just to say like hi to these girls. Like, and in the bus came late. I actually think that he mocked it because the fact that when we got there, he put out his arm
For sure.
and he
Oh,
was
in my days, this even just unlocks memories. I had this as well, bro.
he put out
You
his
can even
arm.
do an episode on it, a whole episode.
No word. This one we'll do an episode
Yeah,
of.
word, word.
He put out his arm and he was like, "So what do you think you've been doing?" I was like, John, I was shook, and actually. know what he said? You know what he said? You waited all that time to speak to those girls for 2 seconds.
Simple, simple. Heck, nah, I've got too many
Nah,
stories. Nah,
when I actually
100.
think it, when I actually did,
Did he call you Gosha? Did he know your last name at that point or no? Or son?
nah,
He just called
nah,
you
nah.
son.
Yeah, son. He called me son. I was his
Yeah,
son.
yeah,
I replied,
yeah.
yes, dad.
100. Nah, sure. This Morris stuff, bro. I didn't even need to holler it, bro. Because
Nah,
I
but
remember Daniel Tete. I remember that's what you, you used to say that about Tete. Come here. Nah, sure, fam. We have to do a whole episode on that though.
nah,
On
next tomorrow we'll do it hard.
Nah, tomorrow we'll do an episode on that though, because that one's even a nothing, bro. But I'll
Nah,
shout you, fam.
nah. Tell him what, show you in a
Man,
bit.
in a bit, fam, in a bit.